Something old, something new, nothing borrowed, nothing blue. Tonight we'll be talking about some of the new vinyls I've got in recent weeks and just what's been spinning lately and something that came in today that's really exciting. Stay tuned. Alright, so the wife and one of the children went out, and so the house is kind of quiet. The other kids are scattered in their places, so I thought I'd do a quick video. Kicking back, got me a little cup of some eggnog. Love the eggnog. Figure I would go through some of the recent vinyl finds that I've had recently. A couple finds, a couple that have come in the mail. Some that could have been mentioned in the last video, but it seems like the past couple of videos I've done have all been artist profiles, and so haven't really been discussing any of the one-off type vinyls. So I figured I'd do that. Plus I got something in the mail today that I've been waiting for a few weeks, and it's super great, super exciting. I figured I'd share that too. First up, nothing fancy, but I got my hands on a copy of the Ram It Down by Judas Priest. Found again in one of my previous videos I talked about how I use this service camel.com to monitor Amazon prices, and I got this for like it was under $10 with shipping, so figured I'd grab it. It's one of the one of the new releases, newer reissues, great stuff. Nothing special there. Everybody's heard about this. A couple weeks back, Retroactive Record had a sale on some of their vinyl to change categories or something on Amazon. So I picked up a copy of Testimony of Apocalypse by Sacrament. This is the reissue they did. This is on black vinyl. It came out on color, but I've been wanting to get this, but waiting. And so when they had it for a really good price, including shipping, I went ahead and grabbed it. I wish they had had the other one too, but this was the only one they were selling. Now, I did require the first copy I received from them when the sale came, unfortunately, was a little warped. Let's see if I can, I'm not sure if you can see it, but anyway, you may not be able to see it, but when you play it, it kind of, it's got this warbly effect in there that throws the needle off, and it only appears like that for like the first two songs on both sides. Anyway, so I've just decided I'm going to keep it as a decoration. But if there's anybody out there who maybe is not looking for this necessarily in their collection as a must-have, but would be interested in maybe having it just for the last few songs on each side, I'd be more than willing to pass it on. It's thrash, kind of a 80s thrashy type feel, late 80s, early 90s. It's Christian band, and so if it piques your interest, there's 10 songs on here, so you end up getting at least 6 good songs. But anyway, the cover's a little dinged here, a little bent, but anyway, I don't have to have it. They didn't make me return it. It's not something I can sell, obviously, because it's warped. But if it's something you might be interested in just having, let me know. We'll work out something. All right. The last video that I did that wasn't a contest entry or a artist spotlight was I had shown a recent Thor album that I had gotten. And wouldn't you know it, the very next day, another Thor album came in the mail. Now again, these were Discogs, and this is one that I mentioned in my Thor artist profile. I said it came out in a couple different colored vinyls. I got the marble gray. Went out of print really fast, became really expensive. Found a guy on Discogs. This thing is like mint. It wasn't sealed, but it's near mint condition, and he was selling it for $15. I couldn't pass it up, had to get it. So I got another Thor vinyl for my collection, and I'm really excited about that. Now, just a couple days ago, went to thrift stores, and found a couple goodies here that I think are goodies. Who knows what you'll think? Haha! Just in time for the season, I got the Partridge Family Christmas card. The card that comes in this was actually in the vinyl, in the album itself. The album came out in like '72, I think, and it is just in. I see a lot of Partridge Family albums, and they usually beat all the mess up. But this was in very good condition. The cover's got your typical wear on it, but even that's not that bad. This has been reissued so many times. There's so many different formats for the cover and the card. Anyway, the card was inside. It's in near mint condition. I went ahead and stuck it back in the slot where it belongs. And like I said, I couldn't pass it up. First off, I'm a big Partridge Family fan. Got all their DVDs, the shows, and I got all their CDs, and now I'm getting some of their vinyls. Couldn't pass it up. It was in great condition, and it was at a great price. I also got the Partridge Family at Home with their greatest hits. This is an album I saw it 2 weeks ago for the first time. It's not something that is on CD that I've ever seen, and I wasn't even aware of it. It's obviously just the greatest hits. I have all the albums, all the regular releases, so I've got all the songs. But it was a format that it was on vinyl, and it was a record that I had not seen. And again, must have been the same owner. It was in the same place, and it's in the same great condition. And again, this was like 1972, so this was early on in their career. Very shiny, no ring wear. Anyway, so I was really super excited about getting that. Now, I did see last week, and for some reason I didn't jump on it. There's a store around here that has vinyls they're $5 a piece, or 3 for $12, so $4 a piece. So if I go there and get something, it better be worth $4, and I better get at least 3 things so I can make it $4. Well, they had the first Partridge Family album. Now I see that all over the place at thrift stores, but it is, what is this? It's like 1970. It's always messed up. The cover is always beat up. The vinyl is always worn out. This copy that I saw at this place was great. I mean, again, sort of like these. I wish I would have grabbed it now, but it's in the same near mint, very good plus condition. The first album, they had that, and they had one of their other albums, which was the cover was a little bit less, probably good to very good, but the vinyl was very good. So I had 2 in my hand, and I'm thinking I need a third album here. Ran out of time. Family wanted to go somewhere, so I didn't get it. Now I'm regretting it because now I got a couple more Partridge Family vinyls. So I'm hoping to go back there. It's one of those places where they you can trade in stuff. And so I've got an entire giant box of books that I'm going to trade in to get some store credit, because I used up all the store credit I had already. And I'm going to see if they got those again. So, all right, that brings us to the big thing, the big news, the thing that came in the mail today. As anybody that knows, looks back at my previous videos, I did a very large artist profile on Neal Morse. I've talked about him in other videos. He's one of my favorite artists today. His band, Neal Morse is a prog rock band, very prolific, puts out a new CD, it seems like every other month. He's in like 4 different bands. His band features some amazing musicians, one of which is Mike Portnoy, formerly from Dream Theater. So he's been playing drums with Neal since before he left Dream Theater, since 2003. Him and Neal also play in Transatlantic together. They also play in Flying Colors together. They're in a lot of things together. Anyway, every year for the past few years, Neal Morse has had a concert in his hometown called Morse Fest. Neal Morse Fest, get it? And it's like a 2 or 3 day thing where they play just amazing concerts. I showed a previous one from Morse Fest where it was Spock's Beard, which is Neal Morse's original earlier band. And so I think it was 2 years ago he got back together and did a reunion show with Spock's Beard, and they recorded that. It was on 3 vinyls. I have white vinyls and everything. Anyway, so most years he'll pick 1 or 2 of his albums, and they'll play the entire album chronologically, the way the album is, in full on one night, and then the next night it'll be like a whole nother one of his albums. So his most recent album, which came out in 2016, is a double concept album based on Pilgrim's Progress. I showed the vinyl. It's one of the more expensive vinyls I've bought. So for the 2017 Morse Fest, they did that entire album, which was a given. They've been on tour for it and doing that for a while. And then they did his Testimony 2 album, which is also a double disc concept album based on his life and stuff. And anyway, so the 2017 Morse Fest release, I actually, for the first time, kind of splurged and treated myself and got what they call the Artbook edition. So, it looks like a big book. It's not a vinyl, it's a book. Most of the live albums he hasn't released on vinyl. He's got some of his other stuff on vinyl. So, I know they did one for Transatlantic, which is one of the other bands that him and Portnoy are in together. But I want to say that maybe one of the other Neal Morse albums came out on an art book. Usually they're out of my range. I don't usually, because they're expensive, they're very limited. They tend to go very fast. I don't usually have the money, so I never do. But this time I acted fast and jumped on it. I thought, I'm going to splurge myself and get one of the art books. And boy, am I glad I did. It is a beautiful product. It's like a hardbound book. And then what it comes with, if I can show you this without anything going crazy here, is, okay, the first 4 discs are the audio version. So it's both nights of the concert. Then it comes with first a certificate of authenticity that shows that I am number, stop it, 1124 out of 2000. Don't want to drop that. I'm going to put that there. So that's neat. And then it comes with these neat glossy cards, kind of like big postcards of the band. And then each one of these has biographical information about the artist and a bunch of other information. So you got Mike Portnoy, Eric Gillette, Neal Morse, Randy George. I hope the glare is not too much on these. Bill Hubauer, and then the band itself. And like I said, each one of them has information that's got a live shot on the back. And as you saw fall out, it came with a poster that I'm always very tempted to put up. It's kind of an odd size though, so it's not like it, I don't know if it'll fit in a regular poster frame. So one side you got a live shot there, and the other side you have a live shot there. Very neat. Then you have just a bunch of photos and quotes about the event. And again, I hope it's not too glare there. Very thick pages, very nice, high quality photos from that particular event. Stories and things, very nice. And in the back we have 4 more discs. This is 2 of them are the DVD presentation of the whole weekend. The other 2 are the Blu-ray presentation of the whole weekend. All in a nice hardbound book. Here's all the music that's on there. You can see it is just crazy. On top of that, I also got this at the same time. It was a bundle they put together. This is the Neal Morse Life and Times Live, and as you can see, Neal has hand signed it, autographed it there. Anybody that saw this in my previous video, Life and Times is a solo Neal Morse album that is kind of acoustic singer-songwriter edition. I love this stuff too. It's not prog rock like that. It's not borderline, shredding prog metal type feels. It's very down to earth singer-songwriter, man his guitar with the band, kind of playing stuff. And so he went on tour, of course, and this is the DVD of the tour, and it's got 19 songs. He also plays some of his regular Neal Morse stuff, but so I got this too. So that was a great package, came in the mail today. Super excited. I popped in the DVD earlier when we were eating supper and watched a little bit of the behind the scenes stuff, a little bit of the concert in Blu-ray, and because most of the stuff I buy of his in the past has all been DVD, and because a Blu-ray is a whole separate package, so I'm like, well, I want the CDs and the DVDs, and so that's nice to have that on Blu-ray, and it looked really good. Anyway, so that's about it for now. That's the latest. Really super excited about the Neal Morse and the stuff that I found. So thanks for watching, and comment and like below, and all of that fun stuff that you do. And I'll talk to you later. Rock on.